Welcome to our video on energy vampires. If you're someone who's constantly feeling drained, exhausted, and overwhelmed, you may be surrounded by people who are draining your energy. In this video, we're going to discuss the 6 types of energy vampires and how to keep them out of your life. Whether it's a toxic friend, a controlling partner, or a negative family member, we'll be sharing actionable tips and strategies for protecting your energy and maintaining your mental health. So sit back, relax, and let's get started on learning how to take control of your energy and your life. Are you feeling constantly drained, depleted, and exhausted around certain people in your life for no apparent reason? If so, you may have encountered an energy vampire. These individuals feed off of your emotional or psychic energy, leaving you feeling drained and depleted. They may lack empathy, consideration, and emotional maturity. Due to their pain and insecurity, they may turn to prey on the vitality of others as a means to heal their inner suffering. Energy vampires can come in many forms, such as a friend, family member, colleague, acquaintance, or even a romantic partner. As an empathetic and caring person, you may find yourself attracted to these individuals without realizing it. And if you struggle with setting boundaries, energy vampires are likely present in your daily life. It's important to recognize that these individuals may see you as a solution to their problems. It's up to you to take control of your energy and emotional well-being by setting boundaries, practicing self-care, and surrounding yourself with positive and supportive people. You can protect yourself from the draining effects of these people. I will now introduce you to the types of energy vampire people, so you will be able to easily identify which people to avoid in the future or who to cut off in your current life. Once you understand the impact their emotions have on your life, you will be able to identify these predators from a mile away. These 6 types of people aren't necessarily bad, but they can drain your energy, whether it's by being a know-it-all, an undertow, or even a bully. So let's start with the narcissist. You might be familiar with the notion of a narcissist, or someone who's self-obsessed. This type of person loves to talk about themselves, is obsessed with their appearance, and doesn't care about anyone else. They're also natural manipulators. They'll use you to get what they want because they don't care about your well-being. The narcissist has no regard for other people's feelings and will use them as tools to achieve their own goals. If you have a friend who fits this description, steer clear of them. Do you often run into people you know who don't tell the truth? Maybe you're dealing with a pathological liar. The pathological liar lies for no reason. They lie about inconsequential things and also important things. The only difference is how much time and energy you're willing to spend to disprove their lies. The pathological liar will say they have a meeting on Friday, but then they don't show up, and they can't provide any evidence of this phantom appointment. When you ask them why, they explain that their boss simply forgot to schedule it in the system, so now she has remembered but didn't bother telling you. Or maybe he claims he had a family emergency where he had to rush home without giving notice, thereby expecting everyone around him to be okay with it. Your partner was sick all day yesterday? No way. You were out playing golf with his brother. And if anyone asks how he knows this information so definitively, well, he just does because it feels true in his heart and ears. So how many people are already jumping in? And we're not even halfway down the list. Here comes the good part. Do you have a friend who always needs help? She's got a long list of problems that need to be addressed, and she wants you on it. The undertow will come up with a problem-solving scheme and ask you to be part of it, even though you know she could do the job herself if she just tried harder or put more effort into it. You might walk away feeling like your time was wasted, but don't worry, there are plenty more people out there who will give her what she wants. The undertow also needs money all the time. Her life is an endless series of emergencies. So why wouldn't you want to help her out? After all, isn't this one less thing for her to worry about? But what if helping her drains your funds? Indeed, some things can't be avoided, like tax season. But if this person is constantly asking for handouts, maybe consider cutting ties instead of opening up your wallet every other week. The following category should not be confused with the undertow. We have the victim or martyr vampire here. The victim is always the victim, no matter what happens to them. They blame others for their problems and refuse to accept responsibility when they have done something wrong. Many of us have encountered this type of person in our lives. Maybe you can relate. And while it may be tempting to try and help someone who is constantly putting themselves down, ultimately you will end up frustrated by their inability to change or improve things for themselves. These people operate under the belief that they are constantly being wronged by the world and that their suffering is caused by others. Rather than taking responsibility for their own lives, they constantly blame, manipulate, and emotionally blackmail others. This type of energy vampire is typically driven by a deep-seated lack of self-esteem, stemming from a childhood lack of love, validation, and approval. They may feel fundamentally unworthy and unacceptable, and try to alleviate this pain by eliciting sympathy and empathy from those around them through manipulation and guilt-tripping. Okay, let's move on. Stay strong. Is there someone around you that you are fed up with, but you don't dare tell them because you know they are prone to aggression? A bully is a person who is aggressive, hostile, and intimidating. The bully tries to intimidate others into doing what they want. The bully may be your friend or family member, but that doesn't mean that you can't end the relationship with them if they are hurting you. The bully will make you feel bad about yourself, so avoid this person at all costs. You don't deserve to be treated poorly by anyone. And here we are at the last energy drainer type, the know-it-all. The know-it-all is the person who always thinks they know better than others, or at least they act as if they do. This type of energy vampire can be very annoying, especially if they are always right. If you know someone like this, it's best to steer clear of them because their negativity will only drag you down. Additionally, these types of people often aren't very good at what they do because there's no one around them to tell them otherwise when needed. While some people may have been born with confidence and charisma, like yours truly, most are born with an inferiority complex that leads them to try too hard and succeed at nothing but being negative towards others' accomplishments and life in general. It's also crucial to realize that energy vampires aren't always actual people. They could also be events or tangible things in your life. Anyways, we all have our unique struggles, whether they be personal or professional. But while it's important to lend support and understanding to people who are suffering through difficult times, you shouldn't allow toxic people into your life just because they seem like they need your help. When it comes down to it, these types of relationships are a drain on your energy, and if you let them continue for too long without taking action, you could end up with more problems than before. However, when all is said and done, the most difficult energy vampires to deal with are those in your own family or friends. In such life-draining relationships, how can we reclaim our vitality? Protect yourself from toxic people and don't let them drain your energy away. Lucky for you, I've already made a video about how to avoid energy vampires like the plague, or at least minimize your contact with them. If you watch this, I'm almost certain you'll be able to separate yourself from energy vampires like a pro.